Hi Casey, my name is Christina. I'm with Casey Phoenix SEO. I told you I'd get you this free video over with some tips on how to set your company above your competition. We're going to go over three things today: content, citations, and backlinks. These are things that you can do yourself to get your website to be ranked higher on Google. But if this is something that you are looking for help with, absolutely reach out to me and I'd love to help you out. So we're going to jump right into it. I pulled up your website. And the first thing that I noticed here is that it is not secure. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is secure your site, because that's going to help Google. They really don't like to look at unsecure sites when they're crawling pages. So that would be the first thing, is just making sure it's secure. But getting into the three things that we talked about, content. So the average site needs 1,000 to 1,500 words in order to be optimized with Google. And you're currently sitting between 200 and 300 on your front page. You're definitely going to want to bring that content up to that 1,000 to 1,500 words. And then also making sure that your pictures, that's going to be included in content. So more pictures that have to do with your business, especially if they were your own pictures, but you can use stock photos, and just making sure that you name them some of the keywords that we're going to talk about. So I pulled up your competitors in a search. I did look up Lancaster, Kentucky, and there's not a bunch of searches there. It looks like it's a smaller town. So I looked up a keyword HVAC Lexington, Kentucky was the highest one I found. And if you look here, the volume is 720 searches per month are searching for HVAC Lexington, Kentucky. So that's 720 potential customers that you're missing out on by not being on the first page of Google for this keyword. And it does look like Lexington's pretty close to you, so definitely you probably are doing some business there. So content, like I talked about, if you look at your competitors, they're actually only sitting at maybe not even 100 words on their front page. So just by getting the good content on your front page and then getting your site secured, you see theirs is secured, you'd probably start beating them for that first keyword pretty quickly. The second thing I want to talk about are citations. So when you do any kind of Google search, you'll notice here that the second visible section is what we call the Google Map Pack. And this is where we see the business name, address, and phone number. Name. Sometimes they don't put their address on there, but you can see they're in Lexington, and then their phone number, right? So if you have a Google My Business, you'll want to make sure that you're getting citations, because that's how you're going to get ranked in the top 3 here. You can actually be ranked, if you see here, Yelp is in the #1 spot, and then Mr. HVAC, and he's not in the #1 spot up here. So you can actually rank in the Google Map Pack and not be ranked #1 down here. So it's just another tool in your tool belt, basically. In order to get what we call a citation, which is where you submit your information into a directory like Yellow Pages, Yelp, CityStar, etc., then by having the most citations, that puts you up at the top of the Google Map Pack. So I have a tool here that I'm going to show you. This is something you can go out and get. The packages range in price. I did hear that they recently upped the charges. I'm kind of grandfathered in, so I know it's somewhere between $30 and $70 a month, depending on your plan. But it's called whitespark.ca, and this is where you can find citations that you can go after. So I actually plugged in your information and then the #1 spot. Remember, it's the Fayette Heating and Air. And currently, you actually have 15 citations, but they have only 9. So this could be that maybe their citations are better, or it could just be because you're not showing up for that keyword of HVAC Lexington, Kentucky. The other great thing about this tool is that when you open it up, you can see where you're listed. Okay, and then you can go to your competitors and see where they're listed. Well, for some reason it's only showing 2 right now, but you can see where they're listed, and you can pull up this search for all of these. So pull up all top 3 of them, see where they're getting listed, because if it works for them, it'll work for you. And you're going to compare, like, do you have birdeye.com? Let's look. You do. So on this one, this is a bad example, but you get the idea though. You can come in here and click on these guys and see which ones they're going after, and you can go after the same one. And the great thing about it is that when you click on it, other than the normal ones that we know a lot, like I wasn't familiar with Birdeye, so if you just click on birdeye.com, from here it'll pull up the site that you need, and then you can just create your account and go from there. And you can look up as many businesses as you want, depending on what plan you have, and see what citations you need to go after. The third thing that we're going to talk about are backlinks. Basically, we call this link juice. It simply works like site A points to site B, Site A is the link juice that gives Site B more authority in Google's eyes. It's like a popularity contest. So generally speaking, the more link juice you have, the more popular you are for Google. You can have sites coming in, but there's a little bit more to that. So the amount of sites matter, but you also want to make sure it's effective. And for link juice to be effective, you have to have a relevant site linking back to you. For example, a blog post about chiropractic care from another site is not really going to have anything to do with HVAC. So maybe like a blog post about specifically maybe a certain brand air conditioner that you use, that's going to have a lot more authority coming back to your site because you're not a chiropractor. You don't do that for a living. So you want to make sure it's relevant to your site. So I'm going to show you another tool you can go out and get. It's called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. This one's a little more expensive. It's about $100, $120 a month, but it really breaks down what your website's doing. So I pulled up your site here, and you'll see here that you have 5 referring domains. That's 5 different websites with 6 backlinks coming back to your page. And you're only ranking for 3 organic keywords. And so right now, there's nobody really clicking on your site from these 3 keywords, so your website's not really doing the work that it's supposed to do for you. But when you pull up your competitor, Mr. HVAC, you'll see that he has 25 referring domains with 61 backlinks. So that's why you can see here that he's increased the amount of backlinks. He's probably hired somebody with SEO, or maybe he's really spent time going out and finding those backlinks. But you can see that he has 72 keywords that he's ranking for, and then he's getting on average at least 44 people a month to his site. And the great thing is that when you go in here, you can see like HVAC Lexington, Kentucky. He's in the number 3 spot currently, and he had 10 people click on his site in just 1 month out of the 150 searches. So you can see here, he had 26 people search, but this is specifically his name. But when you get ranked for more of Lexington HVAC, there's 70 people a month searching it. So you really want to make sure that you're getting as many keywords as possible. And then you're going to get more traffic to your site. The more traffic you get to your site, the more customers you're going to get. So in closing, the 3 things we talked about was content, making sure you get your homepage up to that 1,000 to 1,500 words. Citations, you don't have to use a citation finder. You can just go out and find them, but it's anywhere that you're going to be listing those 3 things. Make sure that they match your Google My Business exactly. And then link juice, so making sure that you're getting those relevant links, citations, or even links that are going to come back and point to your site. So if you have any questions about this, you want to give me a call at 816-323-4100, or you can email me, Facebook message me. I'd be happy to answer your questions. If this is something that you don't feel like you have a whole lot of time for, I can definitely help you out. Just let me know. And thanks for watching my video today. Let me know what you think. Bye.